Hi friends, so let me show you interesting classical game between Stepan Levitsky and Frank Marshall. So Frank Marshall, one of the strongest chess player in early 20th century, and let me show you this interesting game. Okay, after d4, e6, e4, d5, knight c3, he played c5. Theoretical suspect line favored by Marshall at the time, but now allegedly abandoned. White should play e takes d4. Let me show you. E takes d4, d takes c4, for example d4 knight e6, and black will struggle to regain the pawn. So extra pawn for white, and of course this position for black is not so good. So c5 was a mistake. But Levitsky played knight f3, then knight c4, knight c6, e takes d5, e takes d5, bishop e2, and knight f6. Castle, bishop e7, and Levitsky idea is to make the black bishop move again. That's why after bishop g5 castle, he played d takes c5, and then bishop e6. So at first we should protect pawn on d5, and then we can take on c5. But after knight c5 we see the later pawn on d5, but Levitsky decided to change pawn structure, and he took on e6. Then of course f takes e6, bishop g4, queen d6, bishop hd, rook a to e8, queen d2, and black pins the knight to white queen with bishop b4, and in some moment of course we want to play g4, exploit this pin. Take on f6, rook a to d8, queen c5, increasing the pressure on c3, then queen e2, take on c3, queen c3, black wins the pawn, but next move is rook d5. White regains his pawn because of the pin for e diagonal, e line by white queens. Then knight d4, and important moment in whole game. So Levitsky decided to play queen h5, which was a blunder, and better choice is queen e4, for example rook f4, queen e5, and this position maybe is equal. But in game we saw queen h5 move, then rook e to f8, rook e5, and then rook h6. Queen g5, and the placement of the queen means white g2 pawn is overloaded with preventing the knight fork knight f3, and defending the bishop. So Marshall wins the piece with his next move, rook h3. Nice move, because after g takes h3 we can play knight f3 with the fork, and then take on g5. That's why rook c5, and in this position black has some moves which can win in this game, but I like this move, and this position is also very important in chess history. This move is queen g3. Black moves his queen where it may be captured three ways, and some annotators have given this move 3 exclamation marks. Let me show you why white should not take on g3 with his pawns. For example, if h takes g3, then knight e2, checkmate in one move. If f takes g3, then checkmate in two moves. And the last opportunity is to play queen g3, and then of course check on e2, check on g3, and now of course white cannot take on g3 because of the spin, and checkmate in one move. And after king g1 we can play, for example, knight e2, And then we have some moves like rook c3 and extra knight for black, and this position of course is completely winning. So very interesting classical game by Levitsky and Marshall, and I hope that you like it. Goodbye and see you next time.